Hello everybody and welcome to me swimming. Not sure how I ended up here. The last time I played I was pretty drunk, so loaded up the game and I was swimming, which is great because I can't actually swim. Anyway, thanks for what the hell was that? Somebody just falling down? Yeah, thanks for showing up for the video. Hope you're doing okay. This is the Elder Scrolls Online. I've only had a couple, well, about 3 very small short, very small gameplay sessions with a friend of mine. It's a pretty good game. It's a game I've been meaning to get into for a few years now. Glad I didn't play it at launch because it did have its issues at launch. It had quite a few issues, but the game has come a long way, and if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls series then you'll definitely like this game, or most probably will like this game. It is an MMO, but you can literally do the story solo player mode kind of thing, and obviously you do have some multiplayer components, which I haven't really gone into. I've done a couple of missions with a friend of mine, but it's really weird. I don't know if it's because we're at the beginning, but it doesn't seem to be like a proper co-op. Like, I'm doing missions, and even if he accepts the same missions as me, because you can share your missions, we don't see, he doesn't see the NPCs that I'm talking with, interacting with, which feels really weird. So not immersive at all for that person that's with you. I don't know if there's a fix for that. I tried to search for it, and honestly, I don't know. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game pretty good. So see what this lady has to say.
This been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong?
Just
mind me. I'm
whip
just having one of those days.
Whip their asses. Get them working harder. That's what I would say. The game is, the NPCs are fully voice activated, which is one of the things I've always loved about the Elder Scrolls games.
Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I, but I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea.
I really like the voice acting in this game so far. Not that I have a critical eye or critical ear to these things, but it just feels it feels done far better than most other games. And some of them are pretty good, some of them are average. And I'm still at the very beginning of the game, obviously.
The way, you can borrow the stone. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Ziggurat, whatever the hell that is. So I guess we have some workers to rescue, but I'm just doing a voiceover, so while my character does that, I'm going with a lovely female red guard, and I made it as white as possible just to annoy people. Well, they're not doing so well down there on the floor. And which doesn't make a difference because I'm wearing helmet anyway. Still have pretty basic armor, pretty basic everything. Some green items, green weapons, but basically, yeah, nothing special. Not really digging much there, but okay, somehow we rescued that character, which is great. But yeah, this game is, it doesn't look amazing anymore. It was released back in 2014. It's still very active indeed, actually. You see players all over the place. I was quite impressed when I started the game. It's even at the starting points there were players. And where we are in the city of, I think it's Vivek it's called, which I'm not familiar with because it's part of the Morrowind part of Tamriel, I believe. I never played Morrowind, so I'm only familiar with Skyrim.
Thank you. I'll go tell the overseer.
But there seems to be a lot of players here all the time, and obviously a lot of high-level players. You see their mounts and all sorts of things. So, I know we were there. We went there to help rescue that person while there was a guy just there, stunning. When he could have been helping. I didn't have to come here and rescue. What an idiot NPC. Anyway, we came here for the stone, so we got the stone. And I don't know what else to say. Just let me know if you guys want to see more footage of this game. I'll be playing mostly with a friend of mine, so it'll be hard to get footage, but every now and then I'll probably get a solo session in, possibly. Then maybe I'll record some. I honestly don't know. Oh, it's raining. Oh, cool. Didn't even notice that. And yeah, I really don't know what to say, probably because it's stupid o'clock at night and I decided to make this video. I don't know. I'll try to post this maybe just after the weekend or maybe during the weekend. And Overseer, that's not the one we want to speak with, so we might as well see what she has to say.
Look, I appreciate that you were able to aid my workers.
Of course, I saved two of them. Two others were dead on the floor,
stone.
sorry, I couldn't help
I
those.
won't feel comfortable
And one is
starting
dying,
construction again
just
until it's back in
hanging by
place.
a thread, sat on the floor. I couldn't give him medicine. I tried, but he refused. Yeah. So that's the running in this game, while with this character. She's actually quite quick. Every race it's got some different abilities or things that they're better at. You can have different builds. Obviously, I'm using an arrow now, but I've messed around with the staff for a little bit, with the fire staff, and I've tried one that steals health and gives it to me, which is kind of cool. But it's still all very low level. And considering this is kind of like MMO style kind of thing, hello there. The missions and getting gear will probably take a while, and the game has got quite a lot of content now. It's a very big game, will keep me entertained for a very long time. I'll probably never finish it, to be honest, unless I dedicate myself to it fully, which would probably not happen. I'll just play it once in a while kind of thing, which is kind of nice.
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save.
I'll leave you guys with this bit of story, and yeah, let me down in the comments what you think, and if you want to see more of it. And stay safe, and we'll see you. Well, we'll see you another time. I'll leave you with the dialogue here.
Third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the blessing stone, and we'll begin the ritual. Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god, an energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, It drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes. While Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis, and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it, and not worry about what might have been. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity. But so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal... My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time. But I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. He always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him. I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes.
Well, this is some kind of view. City of EVGA. That volcano at the back. Oh, get out the way. That was another play, by the way. That volcano in the background. Says that throughout the whole game. It's brilliant.
The storm is coming. The Imperial throne lies empty. The scent of war swirls in the air. Evil awakens. A long-vanished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.